Except for a few dark years, guys, the finals have always featured the two best teams from the entire league, putting on a show for the world. The winners of the finals automatically go into history as one of the best squads to ever face the court in the NBA. The rankings are subjective, but many factors are considered, including regular season, playoff performance, quality of postseason opponents, efficiency meters, and also individual honors. We'll kick things off with our number 8 ranked team, the 2019 Toronto Raptors versus the Golden State Warriors. Toronto won in 6 games. Is 8 a good spot?
I think 8 is a good spot now. To a lot of people, it's not going to be a good spot because it. But here's the thing with this. This came out of nowhere. This championship came out of nowhere, and it was one lucky bounce away from not happening.
Yeah, that's true too.
It was one lucky bounce away from not happening.
That's true.
And then one big toe from Kevin Durant from not happening. Was that same year when Kevin Durant was?
Nah, that was year that was the Nets versus.
But that was in 2019, wasn't it?
Nah, that was the Nets. That was the Suns and Bucks played. That was the Kevin Durant.
That's when he was in Brooklyn.
Yeah, that was in Brooklyn. This is when Kevin Durant tore his Achilles.
Oh, so he didn't play that year.
Yeah. He played that year. He tore his Achilles in Toronto.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, this wasn't supposed to happen, and then Kawhi just played out of his mind.
Yeah. Go.
The crazy thing about this, and this is why I think we have him 8, because the bounce got him there, lucky bounce. But this was the bounce that reshaped the 76ers trajectory.
Sure did.
That was the year I really think the 76ers were going to win the finals.
Yep.
Embiid was healthy.
Yep.
Tobias Harris was playing good. Jimmy Butler was there. This is still when Ben Simmons was still being very productive. They had their shooter in J.J. Redick. And they lost in the semifinals because of that lucky bounce. I really think if the 76ers win that series, we're talking differently about a lot of those guys from Philly.
Yeah.
And that Philly team just now may be getting broken up because they would have won a championship that year. So I think that's right, putting them at 8 right here, because they was one bounce away and they just had to get rolling at the right time.
Yeah. This is the thing about this team. They had a really good team, dude. You got Kyle Lowry, who was playing out of his mind. Pascal had a breakout year that year, won most improved player. Serge is there, Danny Green, Freddie Van Vliet, all role players. There was a really good team, but then they added Kawhi Leonard. That 30 points a game, memorable playoff run, it's one of those things where everybody, okay, Toronto, yeah, Kawhi's there. San Antonio, he won one in San Antonio, but is he really a guy? This showed he was a beast. He won that series. Here's the thing though. Kevin Durant doesn't tear his Achilles. If Klay Thompson don't tear his ACL in that same series,
they don't win.
They don't win this series. That's why it's so low. That is why it's number 8.
Yep.
100%. But again, you can only play what's in front of you.
They won.
And they won it fair and square. Kawhi played well. Steph was still out there. Dre was still out there. They just didn't have all of their dogs.
And like you say, if Klay wouldn't have got hurt and KD wouldn't have got hurt, right? But what if Kawhi wouldn't play out of his mind?
It's true.
What if he would have had a down series? They wouldn't have won. So he had to play.
Yeah, he had to play. He had to play 100%. The number 7 team on this list is the 2023 Miami Heat versus the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets won in 5 games. 2023, Coach, talk to me about being number 7. What you think?
They're right there because nobody expected the Miami Heat to be in the finals, no way.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler played out of his mind in that postseason, and he ran out of gas in the finals. Like, that's everybody knows the meme when he's leaning over on the scores table. He's exhausted. And yes, they had Bam, but that Miami team wasn't supposed to be in the finals that year.
Nah.
And you have a Denver team who has Jokic, who's one of the best players of the 2020s, who won that finals MVP. But they also had a deep team. They had Christian Braun, who was a rookie, Bruce Brown, Aaron Gordon played well, and then of course Jamal Murray was play out of his mind in the postseason as he does. But Miami didn't have the one superstar. Jimmy Butler was the guy, but he wasn't a superstar.
And Bam was still young at that time.
Still young. Yeah, he wasn't really getting to his shit yet. Yep. Weezy, what you think? Number 7.
I think it's rightfully placed. Denver Nuggets. But here's the thing: the Heat wasn't supposed to be there, but like we say, Jimmy Butler's supposed to be. But they also had Spoelstra. Spoelstra outcoached a lot of. He coached his way into that finals.
Yeah, he did.
A lot of things went his way. But that's when Joker came. That was that same year he was winning back-to-back MVPs, wasn't he?
Well, yeah, I think that's the thing that gave him this motivation because he finished second to Joel Embiid in MVP voting that year. So he had a point to prove. Yeah. So yeah, I think it started that talk of, is Nikola Jokic really the guy?
Yeah.
And this is how you cement your legacy, getting a championship, being the guy, and a Finals MVP.
And this was Jeff became a fan. Big Yoke Dog.
Yeah, Big Yoke Dog. Yeah.
And
great year.
And this is the reason why we won't see that Melo 15 in Denver in the rafters.
Which it should be. They should, I don't like the way they doing things like that. Like, I do respect the way Portland is gonna retire LaMarcus Aldridge is 12. So it's like, Ja,
you can't wear that.
Can't wear that.
Yep.
We're gonna retire. They're probably gonna retire next year. Like, you know what? I'm gonna wear one. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta honor your legends, man.
Yep.
You have to, man. And that's the thing. The only thing about this Jokic-led team, everybody regressed after this year. Like, Bruce Brown was never the guy again. Aaron Gordon was good, but he was never Aaron Gordon past this series. It just was never in question. They did run into a Miami Heat team, but they just weren't overly loaded like how you would think a team like Miami has been doing. Again, like Weezy mentioned, Coach Spoelstra really won this series all the way through the finals, and then they just ran into a juggernaut in Nikola Jokic. And Michael Porter Jr. was on that team as well. So 16-4 in the playoffs. That was their record.
Yeesh.
That was good. That's good shit. All right, number 6, we have the 2020 Miami Heat versus the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers won in 6 games. Weezy, this is a bubble championship.
It's the bubble.
Yeah. Is this ranked too high, too low? Like, right?
I think it's ranked. I think it should be a little lower.
Like,
I think it should be like top 4.
Yeah, at least 4 or
really?
4.
Okay.
Because a lot of people say the bubble was an easy chip to win, but here's the thing about the bubble. They went through something nobody's ever went through. Ever went through.
It's true.
They took 6 months off. Was it 6 months? That wasn't that long, was it?
It wasn't that long.
It's about 3 or 4 months.
March, then 5 months. It's 5 months.
5 months off.
Right at 5 months. Yeah.
To do something you've never done. Put everybody in this gym. It was a shooter's gym in the bubble.
Shooter's gym.
Because everybody was used. It was a shooter's gym. They were letting the ball fly.
Yeah.
And somehow, some way, they got a new player in J.R. Smith. Wasn't on the team at first.
No, he would.
Yeah.
Was there.
And they put it together and won the championship.
Yeah.
I think it should be. I think it's one of the most underrated championships in NBA history too.
They had a really good season that year. They were 52-19, coach. Then get to the playoffs, you win your first 3 series 4-1, and then you get the Heat in 6. This is another reason the Heat just didn't have enough. This is the first time that the Heat didn't have enough. Go ahead, coach.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I say about that bubble championship is when you're playing for the Lakers, it's a lot of light on you. Playing in that arena, it's a lot of superstars. It's an aura playing in there.
Yeah.
Playing in that bubble is like playing open gym. So all of those young guys, those supporting guys for the Lakers, wasn't as much pressure because nobody's in the gym. Nobody's there.
Yep.
So it's not the same pressure as you have 25,000 people in the arena making noise.
Yeah.
They was putting fake noise in there, the LED faces, like just open gym. So it's a lot easier to play in that versus playing that arena. And I think that also helped the Lakers. And then the other big key is Anthony Davis had one of the best years of his career. And he stayed healthy. And that's what we know. If AD could stay healthy, it'd probably be a lot of more things going on with teams he's been in.
Yeah.
And he was able to stay healthy throughout this whole playoffs.
Yeah. I think if this season would have been played normally, right? Like how you mentioned, with real fans, not people, virtual fans watching from their
traveling.
House. Yeah, the home crowds are a huge part of NBA championships. I had this at the lowest because of that. It's just easier. Like it's open gym. LeBron got his Finals MVP. It's one of those things, man. It's hard to. I think it's the hardest of all of these 8 to put in a ranking because it is so many coded in different ways you can look at it. It's tough, man. But yeah, number 6 is a good space for it, I think.
I like it.
Yep. Number 5, we have the 2024 Boston Celtics versus the Dallas Mavericks. Boston won in 5 games, Coach. Talk to me.
This one was one of those ones where they had a really good starting five.
Mm-hmm.
You have your defensive player, Drew Holiday.
That's it.
You have your energy guy, Derek White, who also plays defense.
Cold.
You had the unicorn in Porzingis. Then you have your two guys in Tatum and Brown.
Yep.
Now, we said this on the show, too. When they picked Drew Holiday up, that was going to completely change that Boston Celtics team. Because not only could he do what Marcus Smart could do, but he wasn't as much of a liability on the offensive end. Like, he's a little more polished on offense than Marcus Smart was. And I think he's a better defender than Marcus Smart because he can guard multiple guys on the perimeter. And then he was able to guard Kyrie and Luka Doncic in that finals. And I just thought it was a good starting five.
Yep. Weezy's team went 64-18.
Yeah.
Really good year.
Boston was just a better team in this series. Mavericks just didn't have enough. Yeah. Did Luka get hurt in this series?
Nah, but it's just they just didn't have enough.
Yeah, they just didn't have enough.
They just didn't have enough, dog. Yeah. Boston went 16-3 throughout the playoffs. You beat the Heat, you beat the Cavs, Pacers, and then the Mavericks.
They were just a better team.
They're just a better team. That team was put together. Kristaps Porzingis was the X factor, and he lived up to that name. Very interesting to kind of see, looking back, all right, a team like Boston beats Dallas, and then they trade Luka 2 years later, a year later. It's like, dang, dude, less than a year later. It's one of those things, man. It's crazy to see. But, yeah, that Boston team. And then they trade Jaylen Brown, who was the Finals MVP. He shouldn't have got Finals MVP.
Shouldn't have.
He won it anyway. It's just crazy to go back and look at that. I don't think Boston realizes how much JB took off Tatum. With this team now there's going to be a light shine directly. That's why I be trying to tell people, you get to play alongside somebody like an Anthony Davis, like a LeBron James. You get to play alongside Kevin Durant. It makes your job so much easier. Watch how easy Anthony Edwards scores points now. It's going to be so much easier, dog. They just ain't going to play enough defense to win.
Yeah, that's going to hurt them.
The number 4 team are the Boston Celtics versus the Golden State Warriors. Golden State won in 6 games, Weezy. 2022. Steph Curry finally gets his Finals MVP. Nah, this is my guy. This guy's Finals MVP. Yeah. Talk to me, Weezy.
I think this made this was the last of Golden State's in their prime.
Yeah,
this was the last. This was the championship. That's like, all right, we're a dynasty. We're a good team. No, but whatever happened after, because KD was gone.
KD was gone.
It was just Steph, Draymond. I don't think Clay was on that team too. Yeah. So this was, and the Boston was pretty good.
Now this is like Luka and them playing Boston. Like there was a year too early. Too early. Boston just wasn't ready. Yeah. Like they had Marcus Smart instead of Drew Holiday, like Coach mentioned. It was a bunch of different things that didn't have this team formally ready. If this team played Golden State, they would beat them. Like in 2024. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was just
they wasn't ready.
And they just weren't ready. Yeah.
And I think what helped Golden State with this is they played a young team all in the playoffs. Like the Grizzlies were young, Dallas was young, so that's why I think they went 16-3 because they had the experience leading up all the way to the finals, which the Boston team was still relatively young because Tatum and Jaylen Brown were still young at that point. Those guys and Steph, Draymond, and Clay had been there before. Andrew Wiggins is a vet, even though he hadn't been in the finals before, but he knows what it like to play in the playoffs. 100%. And then you bring in your key guys off the bench like Gary Payton. You got your guy like Kevin Looney, who's man in the middle. It was just a good team put together, and Steph finally was able to exercise those demons of not winning that Finals MVP.
Yeah, and this is the best defensive team on paper that the Golden State Warriors have had. So it's the last year Iggy really playing at a high level on defense. And on top of that, Steph Curry closed out that game in Game 6.
Put him to sleep.
Put him to sleep. That was the start of that. It was his signature moment for a great career. That was one of my favorite times being a Steph Curry fan, watching this series, man. It was great. Yeah, it was a great year for Steph Curry. It was cool seeing him finally get that Finals MVP. He should have got it a couple of years prior to that when Andre Iguodala got it, but here we are. He has one. That's all he really needs. Number 3, the 2021 Milwaukee Bucks versus the Phoenix Suns. Bucks 1-6. This one hurt me. Yeah. This is the one because you get CP, who was my guy. You got Book, who was maybe a year or two ready, almost ready, but he was there, and you up 2-0, coach.
Yeah.
And lost.
Yeah, I thought the Suns was gonna pull this one out. I was like, he's finally gonna do it. CP is gonna finally get his ring, and Giannis Antetokounmpo, man, like in that final game, he was like 17 to 17 from the free throw line.
Crazy.
Yeah, 50.
Yeah.
Like that's how you close out a series, man. And this was a short NBA season, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is wild, but
it's a good game. I mean, it's a good series.
The thing about this series, Giannis completely took over the game.
Yeah.
He took over the whole series.
He did.
Like literally, he was going straight to the hoop, and nobody was stopping him. Nobody was stopping. The only thing I don't like about this championship, it didn't lead to nothing else for the Bucks.
That was it.
It was there and it was over. It wasn't like Giannis didn't leave; he was still there, but it just didn't lead to nothing else.
Yeah, they got rid of Drew Holiday. That was the difference. Get rid of Drew Holiday.
I don't think they make the play. I don't think they make the playoffs a couple years after that.
Yeah, not 2 years after that. Well, they might have made it to the playoffs, but they didn't make no noise.
Yeah.
But you got to look at it. In 2018, 2019, they finished with the best record in the Eastern Conference and didn't make it to the finals each time.
Yeah.
So the third time was a charm. You add in some small pieces like P.J. Tucker, who played at a great level.
Jeff Teague played on that team.
Jeff Teague played on that team. Bobby Portis played great. Man, this is the one that Chris Paul, Devin Booker, I think they lose sleep about this one because they could have won that, but you were dependent on DeAndre Ayton, and we now know what type of person DeAndre Ayton really is. He wasn't ready for the moments, and that's what Monty Williams kept saying, like, come on, think, and he just wasn't. Nope. If you have to depend on DeAndre Ayton to win a championship,
you're in trouble.
You're in trouble, and that showed in 2021. Number 2, the 2025 OKC Thunder versus the Indiana Pacers. Oklahoma City won in 7 games, coach. Finals MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah. I don't know if I like this one that high because I'm not sure if they actually close the Indiana team out if Hallie don't get hurt.
You think so?
Yeah, man, because think about it. He was cooking in Game 7.
He was cooking. Now, he started out on fire just like KD started out against Toronto.
And then popped.
Or his Achilles.
And then I knew that I was like, they can cancel it. But not to take nothing away from the Thunder because they were great. They were the definition of building a team from the draft to do there.
Yeah.
Those 3 guys played major roles in their run. Of course, you know, SGJ was SGJ. That was his MVP season. He had a great year, but then that's when we saw Jalen Williams become Jalen Williams. Lou Dort played those great minutes. Chet was Chet. I'm not sure. And we all know if it's a fifth, they had to do what they do. He gets hurt, he does, but I don't know if they were going to win that game if Halliburton don't get hurt.
They won 68 games in the regular season. And I'm telling you, that coach, you might be right. But that's what makes this championship so good because it was a 7-game series.
Yeah.
And the only thing that kind of went the other way was Tyrese Halliburton. And I think that ultimately changes the not the OKC Thunder, but the Indiana Pacers forever. Because they lose Benedict Mathurin next year. They trade to go get, we don't know what my guy, what's my guy? Big Post. They got traded from
Miles Turner.
What's my guy name? What's his name?
Oh,
come on, man! He used to started with the Lakers.
Oh shit!
Zubac.
There you go.
Zubac. Yeah. So and Miles Turner was. Listen, that's what you look at this team.
Totally different.
They just are a totally different team. It is. It's cool to see SGA and them figure it out in real time, but Pacers, dog. If Hallie isn't hurt,
he was cooking, boy.
He was.
I was like, ooh, he is rolling.
But I think this one, it could be one.
It could be.
It could be one because I think if you ask somebody from the Thunder's organization, they made a blueprint. All right, we're gonna be this good 2025. We're gonna be right here because of what the steps they made. It was built on paper. It was built from the ground up. So, and the Pacers, they weren't supposed to be there. That one team wasn't supposed to be that good.
Nah, they weren't supposed to get past the Knicks.
Nah.
They weren't supposed to get past or Cleveland.
They were just running hot.
They just ran hot.
Yeah.
They got hot at the right time.
But I believe the Thunder was built for that. Was built for the 2025 championship.
Yeah. Yeah. But coming in number 1, we have the New York Knicks of 2026 versus the San Antonio Spurs. Knicks in 5. Finals MVP Jalen Brunson. Now, is this a thing of
recency bias?
Do you think it's?
Yes.
I don't think so.
I do.
Okay. I think it's a little recency bias, but it's also because it's been 53 years.
Nah, dude.
Because they had a run, but think about it. They went through the Hawks. Hawks ain't good.
Hawks was nah. Hawks all right.
Not good.
All right.
But they wouldn't.
But it ain't like they went through no gauntlet in the East to get there. They swept Cleveland.
None of these teams really did.
And let's just be honest. They went. No, here's the thing.
OKC had to go through Denver.
When last year?
No, on their championship year.
On their championship run.
Minnesota.
Dude, they won.
Denver.
Dude,
they ain't had to go through Denver. Minnesota
they played Minnesota.
Denver. Yeah, Minnesota beat Denver.
That's what. So
yeah,
they won.
They didn't have to play.
They won this championship on 4 double-digit comebacks.
Yeah, that's what makes this so cold. Dude, every game was decided by 10 or fewer points. Some by a single point, too.
Is that the Spurs choking?
Yeah, the Spurs were young.
What we talk about in a lot of these, the Bucks where they weren't ready a couple of years prior to that.
Boston,
the Suns, Boston.
The Spurs were young. The Spurs were good, but they were young. Coaching was young.
You see that. Like, you see that. That's a part of it.
But them other teams that were young, they would never. The Spurs were leading by double digits every game.
But here's the thing.
That's what make this series, I think, the best.
Here's the thing with the Knicks. I think the Knicks would have won it 2 years ago if they made the same change they made this year. They make a coaching change.
Yeah.
I think they won it 2 years ago.
Maybe.
Yeah. But you got huge comebacks.
Yeah.
You got heartbreaking last minute.
29 points down. Come back for 29 points down.
You got history making plays.
Yes, man. Man, I'm telling you, from start to finish, and then you got a closeout game in Game 5 like JBD close out with 45.
How you close out?
But here's the thing. What's important? The Knicks won it, but mentally, can the Spurs really win beyond? Can they bounce back from this loss?
Yeah, they young.
They young. I'm just saying.
Golden State did it
because they wasn't supposed to be there.
This is the best series since Golden State lost 3-1.
Nobody thought the Spurs was gonna be in the finals this year.
Hell no, it was gonna be Denver
or Minnesota
or OKC.
OKC,
don't get hurt. Jalen Williams and AJ Mitchell, they're in the final.
Yeah,
that's
true.
So that's what I'm saying. Some shit fell their way, and the Knicks did it. They did it, bro. You got to win those games, man, and they did. And they got a closer. Yeah, I like the list all in all. I would make some changes at the bubble championship, a little lower on my end, but the Knicks, and recency bias is for real, but man, that was, dude.
It was a great series, though.
Or fewer points every contest.
It was great basketball to watch. Like, you would never. The only time I was not on the edge of my seat is when they went up 29 in that game, and only reason I didn't cut it off because it was the finals. I was like, it's like only basketball got left. But I thought that game was over.
Evenly matched teams. They was trading punch after punch. Desperation. You could kind of see the desperation that Josh Hart was playing with. The way he crashed and get rebounds. Mm-hmm. Mikal Bridges shooting those free throws in Game 5. He was terrified. He was shook.
Spook.
Bro, that's a great one, man. I think that's number one. You think it's number one, Weezy?
It's between that one. It's between that one. OKC. If you're gonna put that one in number one, this one, you gotta think about moving that Kawhi Leonard up there, man.
The only thing is,
Kawhi wasn't supposed to be there.
Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson tear Achilles and an ACL.
Yeah.
That puts some, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but this team, they were down 29 points.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Number one.
He ain't supposed to win in the finals down 29 points.
Nah. Hell no.
Not 2 times in a row. Like they came back from
every year. Every game they was down double digits.
Yeah. What y'all think, man? Let us know, man. Did we get them, right?
Did we lead in? Yeah.
We should have went back 10 years on this topic.
10, because if you go back 10,
I want to do that rank that Cavs and
well, the reason we did 8 is because there's been 8 champions the last
8 different champions.
Yeah. But yeah, Cavs 3-1. That's
3-1.
3-1.
That's tough.
Yeah, that's 3-1 is crazy.
That's tough.
That's hard to because you got to realize a lot of people wasn't playing in Cleveland.
Nah.
There's a lot of people hurt. Bron.
But then also Draymond was hurt too.
If Draymond don't get suspended, like Balungong getting suspended in his red card match on Monday. Yeah. Man, it's a different game. Yeah,
it's just like Amar'e Stoudemire. If he don't get suspended, in the Phoenix Suns a while ago,
it was the fifth.
Phoenix wins that year.